and then using it as your kind of your personal coach. You could spend hundreds and thousands of dollars to go pay someone for a mentorship. This is somewhere where Chat GPT is going to save you some money right here. That actually is money well spent, because this is not spending money to magically make money for you, but this is to give you deep insights into your trading.
Hey everyone, welcome to the Anarchy Podcast. 99% of traders will never make consistent profits. So why listen to the 99% of advice? On this show, we're going to challenge some of the most hallowed and repeated tenets of trading, and in doing so, set you up to succeed where others fail. Spoiler alert, we don't have a secret strategy or magic wand that will let you skip out on the hard work of learning the markets, but we can debunk viewpoints that are holding you back. If that sounds good to you, come join us. With the rise of AI in the last couple of years, a million questions have arisen. It seems like in just the last year or two, with the rise of ChatGPT, with AI seemingly having blasted past the Turing test in a single year, it's risen a lot. A lot of questions have arisen. How does that apply to day trading? Will that affect me? How can it be used correctly? How can I use it to give myself an edge? We wanted to address it because it's a huge question. It's going to be it already has, but it's going to be affecting everybody in a very, very large way, not just day traders, but day traders in very specific ways. We wanted to address it, talk over the limitations of AI, how AI is going to be used in the industry, and then some of the limitations and some of the downfalls that I think a lot of people are already falling into. So I think it's going to be a really interesting topic and answer some questions that have been boiling in the industry for a little while. Jordan, how you doing?
Doing well, Levi. Doing well. Exciting topic. I know you and I, over the past year or two, have talked AI quite a bit, and we've discussed whether we've gone down rabbit holes about whether Terminator actually could happen now with AI, and whether we're going to have machines taking over the world. And who knows at this point? Is it possible? I don't know, but it's definitely fun to think about sometimes, or scary to think about. I don't know which. But yeah, to kick it off though, do you want to explain to people in like 2 sentences what the Turing test is? Just because I think there's few people that will not know what that means. And then let's kick it off, because yeah, I've got some beef to pick with some people, especially about AI, especially looking on online recently, and so yeah, looking forward to getting into it.
Yeah, so quickly, Alan Turing, kind of one of the founding fathers of computer science. He was the one who famously helped crack the Enigma code back in World War II, did it with a computer and helped the Allies win the war. He famously had the Turing test is essentially just a question about whether a computer is sentient. How do we know a computer is sentient? And it essentially boils down to, if you talk to it, if you talk to a computer, could you tell if it was a person or not just by talking to it, just by asking it, complex questions, asking it questions? Can you just go through a list of questions and see whether it's a person or not? And it happened in a year or two. It happened almost overnight, where we can't anymore. There are AI that you can talk to, you can ask questions to, and you just can't tell whether it's a person or a computer. And that's kind of now accepted. And it happened so fast. It's mind-boggling how fast that happened. That you can no longer tell if a computer is a person anymore, which is going to raise all sorts of problems with. I mean, we thought scamming and stuff was bad, just a couple of years ago. Talk about now when you can have forget call centers, scamming people. You can now just have AI calling, millions of people all at once and giving the best possible responses to people to scam them out of their money. It's going to be a wild ride. But yeah, we kind of blew past that spot, and so now we're at a point where AI it's now part of life. And so the question is, are we going to Are we going to take advantage of it, or are we going to be left behind? I think a lot of people are going to be left behind. So the real question is, how do you take advantage of it, and how do you keep it from taking advantage of you and getting you sidetracked on your quest to be profitable as a day trader?
Yeah. So when you're trading and you go online again, you're going to see all this is the best performing AI indicator ever, 100% returns, blah blah blah, right?
Mm,
You have to understand the limitations of AI, because AI is only looking at what has happened, what in the past, right? It's only looking at what
right.
it's been trained on. And we've discussed this before, kind of in indicators. There's no such thing as a AI indicator, so to speak, especially just right now. Like, it's an indicator simply looking at past data and trying to extrapolate what may happen in the future based off of just data. Again, if it was that easy, then everything would be automated and you would not be needed to spend a bunch of time needing to learn to trade. And honestly, I have a big beef to pick right now. A certain trading kind of guru that will remain nameless, who actually quite respected, had just launched $1,000 expert advisor to help people trade based off of these algorithms and based off of this and all this type of stuff. And honestly, we'll do a whole episode on it, but save your money. The limitations is AI is looking at the past, and the fact is AI doesn't know what it doesn't know. So it can, like you probably read about it in the past, it can hallucinate. It can be very confident, but it doesn't know what it doesn't know. And so, especially when it comes to trading, at least at this point in time, and who knows what may happen in the future. Like, honestly, I don't know. But at this point in time, AI indicators, AI expert advisors, all this AI stuff is not replacing your human discretionary trading. If it was, there would be everyone would be able to show you the verifiable data of someone who went from $100,000 to $1 million. And that person would be the richest person in the world, because we could all just print money. The fact is, it does not exist. No matter who tells you and what you read online, it doesn't exist. And so that's kind of my beef to pick with people right now. People are jumping on the AI wagon and trying to use it to essentially try to convince people that there's a shortcut now to becoming successful traders through the use of AI. And at this point in time, and who knows, like, I've been shocked at what's happened over the last year or two with AI. So who knows? But at this point in time, it's still absolutely not the case.
Hey everyone, Levi here to quickly ask if you're finding value in the podcast. We would love it if you'd take a moment to follow the show and leave a review. It helps us out a lot and enables us to bring you the best possible content. Thanks for being part of the community. We love you guys. A lot of people, and just getting a little bit into the weeds, I mean, a lot of people don't realize how, a lot of the limitations when it comes to AI is that, they tend to be very, data dependent on historical data. They can get overfitted really easily, where they are, insane at historical data and then have a really hard time adapting to changing market conditions. I mean, this is why, we just had, just last episode we were talking about, not trusting in just an A plus B plus C system where you take your brain out of it. If you do that, you do what AI can't do as well, which is adapt very easily to changing markets. You have to be able to adapt. And if you're trusting in a system that is reliant only on historical data, you're not going to be able to adjust as the market changes. And the market will change with AI. Algorithms have existed for a long time. I mean, they have. The banks and the market makers use AI. I mean, not use AI, but they've used algorithms in the past. AI is just going to be essentially more sophisticated algorithms. It does change how the market works. The way retail traders make money is by working in between those and working within the market flows that come from those big institutions that essentially lead where the market goes. So, you're going to need to adjust, and algorithms and AI don't do that very easily. They can look godly at past data, which is why we get really ticked off when people sell $1,000 AI indicators, because you're essentially tricking new traders who don't know what they're talking about by showing them, godly predictive power and going, well, we couldn't have faked that. Look at all this 3 years of back testing data, not realizing that's really easy to create a neural network that is unbelievably overfitted and can be amazing at that past data and not be able to extrapolate that into the future very well. So I think when just to summarize, one of the main limitations to AI is, our main warning here is, don't use AI, the great power of AI, to try to take your brain out of trading. Your brain is still much better at being adaptable and much less uh, susceptible to being overfitted to past historical data. So don't try to take your brain out. Don't try to use AI as a shortcut to success. That's just asking for issues.
Yeah. And so very quickly, because how can you use AI to
Mm.
actually to your advantage? So what can you do to improve your trading with AI? Like what's a good way to use AI, at least in this current landscape, right? We're talking 2023 now. We're not talking who knows what's in 2025.
So the best way to use AI right now, which is really powerful, which should not be discounted, is data analysis. So AI is insanely good right now. I mean, we're on the ground floor right now, and it's insanely good at taking past data and being able to break it down in ways that are understandable. So we use this, we've used this quite frequently. We chat GPT, we put in all our trades, feed it a CSV file with your trades, and it can pump out, a bunch of data that in a really visual way that can help you break down, hey, what are the best times? What are the times that I'm best trading? What are the best assets that I'm better at trading? Um, is there any, asking ChatGPT, okay, given this data, what are some hints that you might give me as to things I can, ways to leverage my strengths or to minimize my weaknesses? That type of stuff is crazy valuable, and it's really, really good at it. You just did this. We were just talking about this a few days back, and you showed me kind of some of the things that you've been using ChatGPT for that I hadn't been using it for. And it's really powerful. It's crazy powerful. And I think that's something that a lot of people are missing. A lot of people are going right immediately to the lazy man's, oh, AI? Well, let me get AI to trade for me,
Yeah, is the price
instead
going
of
to go
going,
up or going down?
yeah, instead of using AI, hey, here's this tool. How can I use it to make me better?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And the way you can do that, as you said, by asking it questions, feeding it data, and then using it as your kind of your personal coach, right? You could spend
Hmm.
hundreds and thousands of dollars to go pay someone for a mentorship. Honestly, this is somewhere where Chat GPT is going to save you some money right here. Spending $20 for Chat GPT Pro, that actually is money well spent here, because this is not spending money to magically make money for you, but this is to give you deep insights into your trading. And let's be honest, it's nice just to be able to have it help you knock out some emails when you don't want to have to write an email to someone as well.
Hell, let's take the coach thing to its end, right? You can make Chat GPT, you can essentially give it a persona if you want. You can give it a persona. You can tell it, hey, here are my rules that I trade by, right? Here are the rules, the time of day that I trade. Here are the pairs or the markets that I trade. Give it all your rules,
Your risk,
and
yeah, everything,
then
your risk and
yeah, give it
everything
all
else.
your rules. Hey, these are my rules, and you're now my coach. At the end of the day, I'm going to give you the trades I took, and I want you to talk to me like a coach and point out where I broke my rules and where I've kept them. You can do that. That's crazy. That should blow your mind. That happened just in the last year or two. And that's crazy powerful. Save yourself some money and stop spending $1,000 on some guy who's going to call you once a week, or you're going to talk to once a week, or you're going to be on a Discord, and treat AI, make AI your coach. And uh, you can tune it down to follow your rules and to give you insights that are there, but it would be very difficult for you to find and you to be able to pick out. It's really, really, really powerful stuff.